Good afternoon, everybody. It's 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we're going to take a look at a few things that are going to contribute to a potential change in the pattern. And that pattern change is going to occur potentially in February, possibly even earlier than that. But first of all, let's take a look at our good old teleconnections. Now, we have four main teleconnections that really forecast the weather: NAO, AO, PNA, LS3, and then you can put the EPO and WPO in there. But we're going to just take a look at three of the classics, the NAO um, and the AO, and we're going to take a look at those. And we're going to find the um, okay. We are going to take a look at the NAO first. Um, okay, sorry this is taking so long. There's just a lot of glitching going on. Okay, a lot of okay, there we go. So the NAO is going neutral to negative. Okay, now that's a good sign for cold because you want a negative NAO for cold. Let's take a look at the AO. Again, the Arctic Oscillation, you want that negative for cold. Very simple. And look at that. We have negative AO. We're looking to stay negative, even dip pretty far negative, more negatively. Let's take a look at our PNA. Again, Pacific North American Oscillation, the PNA. You want this negative for cold in the east, which is primarily where I'm looking at right now. Eastern half of USA cold. And again, I'd say this is a pretty decent signal. It's predominantly negative. Um, let's take a look at our GFS 10-day snowfall output. Because with these three signals, common sense tells us that we're probably going to have some snow on the ground. And look at this. We not only have one system, but two systems. A bigger system coming through on the 24th and 23rd and 22nd through 24th. And that could drop up to 2 feet in places like New York State and Pennsylvania, where we're really lacking in the snowfall this year because even really pretty much anywhere in the USA, with a few exceptions, we've had a pretty dry and warm winter. So let's take a look at the Jamstack weather model because that will signify whether we will have a cold and snowy end of winter. We're going to take a look at the forecast off of the Jamstack model. And it's loading slow. I'm so sorry about this. We're just having a lot of problems and difficulties with this loading. Just a problem with technology, in my opinion. Let's take a look at our surface air temperatures through February through April. And again, a lot of cold there locked in Canada, in the western half of Canada. And I'll close with that. And I'll close with that because why? Because that will leave us for a very active pattern. Because whenever you have a lot of warm air colliding with cold air, that leads to instability, instability. Either or is fine with me. But essentially, what that leads to is a very active and volatile jet stream, which is very good, in my opinion, for snow because although you want cold for snow, sometimes if it's too cold, it's too dry for big snowstorms. So I'll leave it at that. I think February is going to be very cold and snowy. Stay tuned to my updates for many more updates to come on the long range pattern.